One of my first concerts was Pearl Jam when I was 18. One of the first. I say as adult.
So what happened at the concert? Where were you at?
I was actually in Houston.
You were in Houston?
Chris's boss had bought the tickets for what's his name? Eddie
Vedder, but it's called Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam. Okay, the band is Pearl Jam. Yeah. So they worked for Kirby, the vacuum cleaner service. He bought the tickets, and then we went to Jack in the Box, and then we got a big bottle of whiskey. I'll pay for it. Then I had something else that I had to hide in the bushes, and then it rained, so I never got it back.
What'd you have to hide in the bushes? I'm sorry, what?
Xanax.
Oh, Xanax? You took Xanax to a
I don't
Pearl Jam
know.
concert?
No. Somebody gave it to me or something, and I hid it.
Okay, I got a story about concerts. I got a concert story. Lollapalooza, number 1. I want to say 1991. Because the second one was 92. It's 1991. Lollapalooza.
So you're about 18.
Yeah, it was 1991. They led with Jane's Addiction. They had side bands. Jane's Addiction returned. Well, actually, the second Lollapalooza, it was Porno for Pyros on the side. So it's Porno for Pyros on the side band. But
was there Google Dolls?
Lollapalooza was the first one. It was the original Lollapalooza, and it was led by Jane's Addiction. And it was that was our Woodstock. Right. And it went on for all day, and it was hot. It was like 100 degrees. It was bands like Jesus and Mary Jane. Pearl Jam showed up. They were there.
Pearl Jam showed up?
Yeah.
Hey, boom, we're out of
They were there, Pearl Jam. And listen, when they rushed the stage, it was like water flowing over a wall of people. Just think of water flowing over a dam wall, but it was people flowing over this big fence to get in.
Because of Jane's Addiction?
No, because of Pearl Jam. They do that.
Pearl Jam, yeah.
They rush the stage on a Pearl Jam concert. Everyone will rush the stage. I barely knew.
My first boyfriend did for the Google Dolls.
I barely knew who Pearl Jam was at the time, but I had heard about him.
I had the T-shirt from
I was a Jane's Addiction fan.
By the way, y'all, you're about our age. You could buy all those concert shirts back in the day at Gazooks or Fast Forward.
Everybody rushed the stage. Everybody rushed the stage. So there wasn't really anyone on the lawn. We were talking about Starplex in Dallas. So they played.
Coca-Cola.
Violent Femmes were there. They didn't rush for Violent Femmes. Violent Femmes were there, but they did pretty good. Ice-T.
Ice, baby.
Ice-T was there. Ice-T had a band called Body Count. It was a speed metal band, and they had a song called Cop Killer, which was like the number 1 song for speed metal. And listen, when it came out, they rated several different bookstores, record stores, anywhere that sold that album, they could get fined or rated until it went to the federal courts, and it was released, and then you could still buy it today. So they had to go to trial over that song. Now I think that one or something similar. NWA was part of all of that stuff. So then maybe not that song, but probably some song similar. They eventually had to go to trial over the music. People were arrested over some of that music. They ended up getting free, and they sold whatever they wanted to at that time, I think. So Ice-T was there. Jane's Addiction finally got on stage. There was like a lot of bands there. Jane's Addiction opened with stilts. All the lights were off at that time. We were frying. And you know what that means? We were frying. There were mosh pits everywhere. Like all these mosh pits running around in a circle, and people were burning plastic like crazy, which was bad. They were trying to keep the fires going. There were several different fire mosh pits. People were running around circles. There were heat strokes. People went into seizures.
111 degrees.
And mosh pits. All these mosh pits. Now, there was a big mosh pit at the front, and some people got injured in that. And then there was a lot of mosh pits on the grass, and then it was like all on fire. It didn't get out of control. It was contained. It didn't get out of control. It was contained. But it was Jane's Addiction, and it was Lollapalooza. And he came out with 3 days. He opened with 3 days.
Does Shane have a boyfriend? Is his name Adam?
No, Jane's Addiction is about... Jane Says is about a lady that's kind of sick of her boyfriend who abuses her, and she wants to run off to Spain.
Oh, yeah.
And she's a night... She works the night. And she pulls up on St. Andrews, and she waits, and she has her dinner there. She pulls her dinner from her pocket, and she's trying to save up to go to Spain. When she gets her money saved, all that kind of stuff. And that went on during 1991. That's Fort Worth right there. And it took place at the Starplex, which is in Dallas. So it took place in Dallas. But it was an all-day event. It was people had heat strokes, all kinds of horrible stuff that went on. But it was a good set. You know, Jane's Addiction really ripped it up. The next year, though, in 1992, they had Red Hot Chili Peppers. They led it. But they had bands there that were like...
I think... I don't know if I ever saw them. Seen Korn, seen Tool, seen Pink Floyd.
I think Tool was there. No, Tool might have been the next year. I'm trying to think of the second year. Smashing Pumpkins did the 3rd year or the 4th year. But they toured it. They don't tour anymore. They only do it out of Chicago. But... And I mean, now that they've done it for many times, but it's mostly out of Chicago. But this was when they toured it. So Lollapalooza was toured. It means like Happy Festival or something like that.
Don't drive high.
But Jane's Addiction was only in the form of Porno for Pyros, which was Perry Farrell's band, and they were a side band. They had a bunch of side bands. Now, Susie and the Banshee, I want to say maybe she was there the first time. The second time, I don't remember. It's hard to remember the second year, but I just know Red Hot Chili Peppers came out with these helmets on, and their fire was coming out of their head, shooting straight upwards. It was like fire. And they had these helmets.
My brother had the Red Hot Chili Peppers shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about maybe going on 18.
Yeah,
I was about to turn 18. The second year I was turning 19. No, let's see. No, that's not true. I was 17 turning 18 the first year, and I was 18 turning 19 the second year. But the second year, when I guess it was Red Hot Chili Peppers opened. I'm trying to think of the other band, one of the special bands that were there. Nirvana turned it down. But there was another band that was there that was exceptional band. Yeah, Butthole Surfers. The Butthole Surfers and Ice Cube.
My mom knew that song.
Almost. The Butthole Surfers and Ice Cube. It was the Butthole Surfers and Ice Cube that showed up on the second one.
Coming around the mountain. My mom knew
Coming around the mountain.
Yeah, that's Butthole Surfers.
Yeah, so the second year, it was the bands that stuck out were the Red Hot Chili Peppers led it, Ice Cube, and the Butthole Surfers. Now, Ice Cube and the Butthole Surfers had these shotguns, and they came out and they shot these balloons. But they didn't use real ammo. It was the gunpowder that made the balloons pop. People thought they had real ammo, but it was actually just the gunpowder from the actual... I want to say something about the Beastie Boys, but I think they were independent at the time. But it was kind of that feel. It was just a lot. They were like drinking on stage. It was a lot of stuff that went on. But they had a side bar. They had a side theater thing. Butthole Surfers was probably the second year. The first year was Violent Femmes. And it was Jane's Addiction. I'm going by memory on this one, though. But I know for sure Red Hot Chili Peppers was the second year. That was in 1992. That was the second year, and they led it. I want to say Butthole Surfers were there. I want to say Henry Rollins.
Oh, there's a train, too.
Right. Henry Rollins was there. He stuck out, too. There were certain bands that stuck out. I wish Fugazi could have made it. I did see Fugazi live, but I only saw him at the Bomb Factory. But there were a lot of bands there, though. And they did that thing for a long time. That Lollapalooza went on for almost a decade. Then it settled into Chicago, and only Chicago ran it. There's the antique building. That was from 1933. Or it opened in 1933. It was a post office right there. Post office. Post office Cole. And this one right here is the second part of the antique, which is a neoclassic. Architect from the South built it.
I've never heard of that name before. That's a cool name. Wait, no, just this.
Okay, what were you talking about?
No, let me come in the way I did. Okay.
All right, action.
Oh, wow. We have some breaking news today. We have a man charged in teens, 1975, cold case killing after discarded coffee cup had DNA match. So this is from Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Lancaster County District Attorney Heather Adams announced Monday an arrest in the Pennsylvania County's oldest cold case, homicide. The 1975 murder of 19-year-old Lindy. Have you ever heard of Lindy before? Lindy Sue.
Don't say the last name.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, they can read it up on me anyways. At a Monday morning news conference, Adams said police have arrested David. He was 68, so 46. So he was 22 at the time. She's brutally taken away from life. I don't know. I didn't see anything. Oh, that's what he looks like. Hold on. Well, people can read it. Anyways. Poor him.
So they already found
Yeah, he's 68.
the killer, or he got away?
I don't know. They found his DNA on a coffee cup.
So is he on the run?
No, they already arrested him. Sorry, arrested him.
Then it's not a cold case.
No, it was the oldest cold case, so they found him. Why did it take 46
they found
years?
him at the age of 68.
Yeah.
Okay.
46 years later.
I see what you're saying.
Been made after 46 years. This man, 68, is one conference. The district attorney, Heather Adams, announced the investigators used DNA technology to solve the case. Beekler was just 19 years old when she was found stabbed to death in her Manor Township apartment on December 5th, 1975. Back then, investigators were able to gather DNA from her underwear, but it took decades for the technology to be available to use that DNA. The county worked again with Parabon to identify leads in the case using genealogy.
This has been a never-ending pursuit of justice for Lindy Sue Beekler, us to identifying and arresting.
The case has been very emotional for many of our officers. They've shed tears, they've had sleepless nights, hoping one day an arrest would be made, and finally yesterday it was made.
Investigators found that Ginobili lived in the same apartment complex at the time. They say they're still working on the case and still trying to figure out exactly what the connection between the two is, if there even was a connection, or what the motivation would have been. Now, the district attorney added that Beekler, who was mayor of her murder, the district attorney's office has reached out to her husband. He has asked for privacy at this time. They say they have kept him up to date as these developments have been made since the time of her murder. Again, this investigation is continuing. Today, a major part of solving, or hopefully solving, this case and making the arrest. In Lancaster County, Ann Shannon, WGAL News 8.
I think I have a friend from Lancaster. Okay. So what it was, all right, back to where we were. Okay, let's stick to the facts. Well, don't ever stick to the facts. So she was stabbed 11 times. Her aunt and uncle stopped by her apartment. She was just recently married. But it said that she was returning from a high school basketball game. Okay, she was 19. I don't know about her husband yet. So why she come back from a basketball game? A friend? You know, your sister? She didn't graduate at 18? There's more to this story. I don't know. That's why it took 46 years. Anyway, so she lived in an apartment. We still don't know why somebody stabbed her 11 times. So that's her right there. It says, wife of MSc student, few clues found. So what's MSc? Is that a college?
Yeah.
Wife of MSc students. I need some binoculars or something. She looks happy though. All right, to be continued. PHENO type report. So I'm going to use my context exclusions right now. No, not exclusions.
So what is it?
I believe it's a report of what he looked like before and then after. I think it's some kind of report. I can't find it on here. Maybe
said
a
something.
database. Maybe a database.
You
thing.
said something about gender.
I don't know. It's PHENO, phenology or pheno. I don't know.
Right. It has to do with the female. Because it was a female murder. It was a murder of a female. That's what it's probably standing for.
Okay, so she was a brand new newlywed. Oh man.
She was newly married and was killed
Jesus.
by her.
He's not gonna last long, put it that way.
Who's not going to last long? Who's not going to last long?
I'm just saying.
Who is not going to last long?
So all of her pair of underwear. I don't know, man.
Who's not going to last long?
People might hear about him in prison and they're gonna.
Oh, you're talking about because they just got him?
He's gonna be fresh
This is a
meat.
cold case.
And he's 68
This is
years
a cold
old.
case that's been going on for more than 40 years.
Yeah, I feel bad, but I'm just saying.
So it's a cold case that's been going on for more than 40 years.
46 years, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, she was killed sometime between 7 p.m. when she was seen taking groceries into her apartment, and her uncle found the gruesome thing at 7:46 p.m. The DA. DA means district attorney, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
And you
gotcha.
said you have a better understanding.
It was clear that a struggle had taken place at the homicide scene. She fought for her life. There were defensive wounds on her hands. There was blood splattered on numerous walls. Numerous. He said the 19 stab wounds she suffered into her heart. One of them was a butcher knife from her own kitchen. That was actually recovered still on her neck. The other knife hasn't been found.
And you say you understand the Pheno report better because you sent information about that, right? Okay. And you sent that information.
Okay. So the new evidence in the case can be traced to DNA from her, from semen. Such a semen found in her underwear. Using that DNA, a Virginia-based firm created likely, though not necessarily exact, portraits of the killer at ages 25 and 65. The conclusions is that this is from like somebody else. Southern Europe or perhaps mixed Middle Eastern, family roots from Italy, Mediterranean coast. Fair skin, no freckles, has hazel eyes, has dark hair, not blonde or red. No comment. I'm gonna keep my comment to myself. It's kind of like saying, hey, somebody robbed me, he's 6'5", has a hoodie on. So no freckles, has hazel eyes, and has dark hair, no blonde or red. So rest in peace. What's wrong?
It's that right there.
What's that? Ooh, ooh, ooh.
See? There it is again.
The feathers.
The feather that I talked about, the mansions. Same type of feather.
That's a piece of paper.
That's the feather. What kind of bird does that come from?
I don't know. I should really know this. That's a little bit cold. That's cold. Gosh, it's so hot. Sorry. I don't know what I did with my stupid cigarettes or my stupid debit card. I moved it for myself.
Here we go with today's number. Or is it? Yeah. Here we go with. No, it's here we go for today's number. 10 balls. Each ball has a number. Numbers 1 through 10. Swirl the numbers. Pick a number.
9.
Today's number is
9.
Linda's going with number 9. I'm going to choose number 9 too.
So.
Here we go for today's number. It's July 19, 2022. 10 balls. Each ball has a number. Numbers 1 through 10. Swirl the numbers. Pick a number. Today's number is 10.
Missed it by 1. Missed it by 1. But we'll get it. We've gotten it before. I got 3. 3 of them.
When you were looking at it,
She's playing catch. I'm playing Colt. We're a crime team, Connecticut. Meaning we solve crimes. Don't you like my hair?
Yes.
Oh, Linda was doing research on a cold case last night, weren't you?
I saw it.
Pretty interesting. So we do research too. Wouldn't it be cool if you could if Columbo could have vlogged all his stuff before he got on set and everything, so you could see what he went through and everything to actually do the show? That's Glorious Glow Hands. They could have done True Detective too, but they didn't. They did it on Glorious Glow Hands. July 19, 2022.